Yes. Good night, Rankin. Good night, Tom. Good night, Rajiv. And good night, fans all over the world. Sorry, Chris. Massive and cool. Welcome to this another episode of the Sorry Chris Show. And tonight we have another epic interview, of course, to another coach, another exciting coach, another coach that I believe has seen the level of success that none have seen before, like my very good friend from somewhere else. But anyhow, not to throw any card out there, we have tonight another coach that you have seen. But before we introduce him, he's in the parking lot, not yet in the studio. He was here earlier, but he's in the parking lot. I just want to say, season greetings to everyone as we go on. Laron, greetings as well. All right. And so forth. Rankin, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Oh, I go on Saturday, so they are season up chicken and sit there and buy up this and buy up that. We go already.
You promised me some swim around, no, push out here.
I tell you, no crayfish now catch Saturday. No crayfish now catch brethren. Serious, man. No crayfish now.
Ranking a season up some hippopotamus.
God have mercy. Listen, some of the bands for people for that show, yeah.
A rabbit Saturday season.
Saturday curry rabbit in a stranger.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
You're not crying no fish, stranger.
So yesterday me do a little thing. Yesterday me go Chrissy youth them.
Yeah.
Chrissy two youth them yesterday. So me end up cook some food yesterday and thing. Me I do a little thing in a Christmas day still, but I just say family thing still.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But yesterday me do a little thing for your family still, because me have some family over yesterday and thing.
Sure. So sorry, I just let you know, just preparation for Christmas Day and thing, and the family, because some of the family then come down, so you know.
So Lady Kalisa, me here I'm out to talk about wow cook or whatever. What you cooking up?
Repeat that.
Me I'm out rankings. So what is it you have in store?
What me have in store?
Big goat.
Zebra.
What?
Zebra. Hello, curry goat and goat, fish, chicken. I don't really know well for meat things too.
This is where you want to talk what it is.
Yeah, man, that.
All right, no worry, man. We know what's
roast beef.
Somebody gonna change
nobody talk about no pork or cook. Nobody now cook no pork.
How we answer, man?
We ask a stranger.
Yeah, no pork.
You cooking now, go on then.
I best meet that man. If you not cook pork in a Christmas, it make no sense.
Like I tell, I go to thing the youth.
Sorry, what you are cooking in everybody business, sorry. What you are cooking?
Chicken, goat, pork. 3 main protein that different style.
So I meet them international.
No man, local. What's international at all? Keep it local.
Local.
Homegrown.
One here, Papa.
Homegrown stranger. Not even out of road.
No, so you have your little farm inside that for your land, man.
Yeah,
raise little chicken and sitting and all these things. All the goat, you have all the goat too?
Homegrown, everything homegrown.
I want to be a thing, sorry, man.
And that I do it, Bridget. But you can't trick me like how they trick Laron.
I be a sheep.
Selling sheep for Rami.
I tell him say I'm good. I be a seller get over there, you know.
Tell you true, you know.
I want thing them can't trick me, you know.
Again, yesterday I cook some goat and goat rank. I not tell you lie, rank up a place. All the people that we are eating, I say, yo, it tastes like almost the right thing, like almost the right thing, you know. You can pass, like them I say, yo, you can pass. You see me? You have a virgin and that man I say, yo, yo, it tastes like almost the right thing in my G. Can't pass, you know.
You take some season.
A piece of rammy rope them gear stranger.
It look like them put a rammy rope around the neck, so you know.
Around the neck, yeah.
Yeah, man, that's why. All right, so people, as we are here, football in the house. Looking forward to, I don't know what's taking Mr. Thomas, Coach Thomas, to come in the studio so long. Simon, the camera is in the parking lot, but something seems to go on. I don't know if it is a contract arrangement or some form of football conversation he's having. You know, he's a very busy man. He's also the coach of Molynes United, who are not doing well in the JPL. He needs some blessings. Well, you tell him I will give him all the blessings that he needs tonight when he appears. But people, you know what happened? The JPL ranking. Can you give us the lowdown of the JPL score yesterday?
To the big side.
You know, Stranger really follow up with JPL the most.
You know, so the thing say, you know, say Cavalier get a victory 3-1 over Umbrella Yard.
So
yeah, Waterhouse and Racing draw 1-1. We know that for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Champton beat above you 1-0.
Yeah, Mount Pleasant beat Portmore United.
Arnett beat Dunbull then 1-0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arnett beat
Dunbull in 1-0 as well.
Yeah.
And I think the Maroons win 1-0 over Harborview.
And the 1-0, yeah, Maroons win 1-0 over Harborview.
Go
Maroon catch farm, man. Maroon catch farm.
Yeah, man, it's my side.
And them change coach, man. The central coach are going good with the Maroons still.
But it look like Harborview and Maroons beating thick, man.
Harborview have been struggling for years.
I said it look like Harborview and Maroons beating stick. The second time this season I beat them.
Maroon catch farm, bro.
Maroons bringing in the D-Cup baller yet?
I'm not sure about
it. I not see any, you know. So far, I not see no little juvenile play. Probably upon the bench.
Sorry. Yes. You get the Dacosta Cup squad, you know. Khaleesi sent me.
Yeah.
Or you get Khaleesi one.
No, get the official squad with them.
Yeah.
Oh, me see it, man. Me see it.
Yeah.
How you look ranking?
I not see much I disagree with, but I got show it here because we don't want to spoil it.
Push out there because everybody needs
the All-Man Cup and thing.
Stranger one college
baller.
One college baller. But
yeah.
One college baller. You can't two ball for that still.
Can't ball. Me never expect none to make it.
Me never expect even one to make it.
So what about me? Expect my defender to make it. I'm better than some of them when I see them put night. Yeah, I'm better than some of them when I see them put night. But I don't say go. They no win, so they not really.
Definitely, but them not really make a deep run, and plus Bolt never really play the first 3 games of the Ben Francis. So.
Khaleesi, don't go down that road there, Khaleesi. You don't warrant more than one this year. Tough luck.
No, but you better him than the midfield.
No.
My opinion, sir. You can't tell me say no from my opinion, brother.
You're not good with your opinion. You just want your big defender to be in.
My opinion, Virgin.
We are shut down that opinion there.
Man.
But have reasons still with that in Khaleesi because them have different defender in a Dacosta Cup this year. We do good as well.
We stand out, yeah man.
We stand out as well, and him never got as deep in a competition. So we can't two ball on that. We have to give other players them flowers.
Me not like that side. That side
exactly, Roderick.
How much
Man in club team, I go get them for 6.
But 4 or 5 Glenmere ball I make it.
No, man, 6 of them.
6 of them?
Glenmore, 6 Garvey. Yeah, 6 Glenmore, 6 Garvey.
That makes sense.
A keeper.
Can't ball
I agree with one I keeper them. One I keeper them.
Ranking, why go with your camera, bro?
Don't mind me, sorry.
Hey boy,
Man, turn up over here, camera, Bridget. Don't mind the camera, sorry. Don't mind the camera. It's a boy or something.
I saw you the tan man.
Yeah.
The money your colleagues advice and get excited, yeah, man.
I'm a call.
I'm a little G man.
Look for him in the future carnival star this time, sorry. Look for him now.
Which carnival? You have ambition.
Well, say any throwing ball I make it.
I want to hear
Man,
man.
Spence.
No, I just want to know that they want to call no name still.
Hey, you have a mash up the show. Hey, if you never, oh, me send the squad be a stranger. Me send in egg.
Man, Spence.
You know our ranking problem, man.
Look boy, top nice man. I wonder where Peter there. Pete.
Yeah, I say I Riverside this.
Me chat in a group, stranger.
Your ranking, me not like how you look. Me not tell no lie.
No, me not like his squad neither. But as me say, we not talk about that yet because we don't want to spoil the show for Boxing Day. Boxing Day we are going to do all manning all the Dacosta Cup. Our personal view. Find what them pick and what we would have changed and pick to our own 11.
So this is key for you to make it.
I see your TV, I say.
You might not mute to the stranger. You might not mute.
Sorry.
Stranger say, oh, this is man I make it.
Stranger, you can't be.
We know who am talking a ranking. We know who.
You know what matter like man.
Hey,
Stranger say, oh, this is man I make it. Remember, say you might not mute, brother.
Just leave it right there, bro.
Just leave it right there, because we're not talking about it till Boxing Day.
No, I never know, so I might not mute, bro. Sorry about that.
All right.
Stranger.
What, Kalisa?
Yeah, what's up, Kalisi?
You used to go CC?
No, sir.
Oh.
We have Jamaica a long time still, you know.
Oh, okay, but you have ambition.
But you also live up this up. You also live up the way there still. You also go Chapperton all age when me a youth.
A Chapperton come from stranger.
You basically go CC then, man.
You know, so me live two different places. Of here me come from, but my mother come from up a Blackwood way, you see me?
Oh, Zin.
Yeah, so me also live up on my mother for a while until me move back over here, you see me? Yeah.
Okay.
But me also watch Clarendon College all eat, man. Back in the days in 90, 98, 97, 96. Them time there, you know?
Okay. Time me a baby master, I used to say.
Glad I say it.
I mean, them time me a little youth too, but
it's a ranking I want to egg.
Hello. You see, when you come up, you start with a topic and I'll tell you, sir. I'm going to charge you right now. I'm going to charge you. That means I need to show people like me a big respect. And greater respect to people like Peter.
But don't I?
If he's on land of manners on this show.
Don't say that, man.
I'm not sure when I respect.
I lie.
I'm not sure.
Sad used to play for you in the 80s and
my father saying that for a reason. My father saying that for a reason football.
They play youth
respect.
Them time there.
Gee. You like me school too? You like me school too?
No, not from in support, man.
No, but I'm not saying can't like me school.
All right. So, Simple Nation having an issue with the schoolboy football ranking. Yeah.
Coaching I student, so you know if you know.
So right now, people, we're not gonna waste more time, but we're gonna go right into the show now because The man finally come out of them car and now he's in the studio. All right, wanted to help me to welcome Sir Jermaine Thomas, Coach Thomas. Let me see if I want to rearrange this setting here now. So, but before you do so, Coach, make sure you say you sort out your camera. Now take you with no half camera tonight. Hey. Well, let me see how I can get Coach off for this. I get Coach up at top. All right. Coach, check out the camera for me now. Ah, the man himself. Yes, people, so good night. Help me welcome Coach, the man like FIFA thing, Bridget, Jaja, Coach Thomas. Welcome, Jermaine. It's been a while. You're overdue on this show, you know, Jermaine. I tell a big and straight that the people have asked you too. So, it seems like you're mute.
But yeah, man, thank you very much. Evening, everybody. Your show has gotten so
Good
big,
evening, Mr. Thomas.
enormous, huge, you know. So I think it has outgrown me. So as a result of that, I've stayed away. I had watched you grow and blossom and do your thing.
And you see, because you said it that way, me prove say there's no way this show outgrow you. It's more you outgrow us. But because of that, I'm going to ask you for a reintroduction, because the last time I interviewed, the last time you came on the show, there's so many things we had to talk about. You have so many hats wearing, and now I recognize that you can't even wear hats now. You're wearing the shoes.
I thought you were going to say, boy, my head is now peeling up more. So I told him necessary.
It's the money. It's the money. It's not the pressure. It's the money cause that one.
So much. Yeah.
It's the money cause that one. So guess what? Coach Thomas, I know you. Many people know you as the coach of McGrath High, coach of Molynes United. I was recently informed that you are now officially one of the instructors in the coaching education in Jamaica.
Yeah,
you
man.
know. And there's many more. As a matter of fact, I can say that you're also the assistant coach of the Reggae Girls. Is that right?
I did a short stint with them.
You did a short stint. You know what happened? I don't want to give the people wrong information. Tell us a little more about Jermaine Thomas.
All right. You would have said some. So I'm the coach of McGrath High. Also the head coach at Molynes United. And what else I do? So much things. I'm also a lecturer at Michael Teachers College or Michael University. Yeah, and I'm also a coach educator. All right. Yeah, there are a couple more that probably.
I hear that you're a coach farmer too, or I don't want to say farmer coach.
I never wanted to say that one, you know.
Listen, you know me not keep nothing in the fridge run out of gas, the fridge spoil.
Yeah, I do some farming, of course. I do some farming, and I'm planning on expanding and even doing some more. Now that I've got I'm on a break basically, you know, from coaching at the schoolboy level. So it kind of give me a little bit more time where I can do some more work.
So, coach, you find so much time? Where you get all time to be? You know, you're a lecturer, you're coaching educator, you're coach high school, you coach Premier League, you coach Intercal.
Used to coach Intercal, don't
no,
coach anymore.
You work out all of this?
But used to coach Intercal, but don't anymore. But I think I'm a very good assistant coach at McGrath. You know, we have a very tight team there.
What's the name of the assistant coach?
Coach Hudson, Norman Hudson.
Big up Norman.
Yeah, man. Really reliable. Really, really reliable. And we do have a very good HOD. It's a Nevik Johnson. So, and Mr. Kurt Brooks is also there as well. He's a teacher and he's a goalkeeper coach at school, and he assists with coaching as well. Yeah, so I have some support, so it makes it a little bit easy. They understand me quite well, and we get good support from the principal as well, and not only the principal but the entire school community. So it makes my job a little bit easier on the ground. Premier League is in town, on Molynes Road there. I work in town as well. Michael is just around the road from there, so it kind of make things a little bit easier. Distance covered and all of that. So farming I do my planting during the holidays, and then I reap in the holidays again. So I plant Christmas, I reap Easter, I reap in the summer. You know, so it's structured and set that way.
I don't want you to tell me where it is, you know, because we have some people here like to like they're some indicator.
God, well, that would, if I tell you where the farm is, you are going to ask even more questions. You'd want to really ponder and wonder on God's earth. You do so much things, you know.
Coach, I hear you mention some names from McGrath, but I want to ask you this one. Mr. Robinson, what part does he play? Because we have a big question coming up for Robbie later on. You know.
Mr. Robbie would have been, I would call him a legend in the sense where when I was a student, Mr. Robbie, you know, was a teacher at school, and he would have been integrally involved in the football program.
Shuko need to turn on him mic. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Shuko, you need to sort out. There are two systems right now giving us a feedback. So I'm going to mute you until I sort out. Continue.
Yeah, man. Honestly, he supports a lot with the program, with the boys. He teaches a whole lot of them as well. And he literally take them under his wing and kind of that fatherly support. You know, so he's always calling me son. You know, it's a pleasure to have him around because he's really, really supportive.
Okay, very good. Because I have a question later on the show about that said, aka Harlex. Harlex pass, you know. I can tell you that. So, coach, we have just concluded the schoolboy football season, and I want to share with us your program, not the ins and outs of the program, but it seems like you have a steady program going on at McGrath, one that a lot of us would envy. We look at trend, we look at how you had moved McGrath High School from one level to the next as it relates to success in schoolboy football. Talk to us about that.
Well, for me, it is never I. It is never me. It is always us or we. And the school itself, you know, as I said to you earlier, the principal, the P department, and the VPs and some teachers, everybody really come together and support. I am not one of the easiest person to sometimes work with because, and I said this to my principal the other day, that I really respect and appreciate what she would have been doing, and I see how she would have been assisting the program and stuff like that, because she would have taken the time out to really understand me, and not many people don't really understand me, you know, but she really took the time out. And when I do ask her for support or in any area, once she can, she's gonna find a way to Thomas, we have this, we have that. As limited as the resources might be, she'll find time to. But we started out some years ago, building from the junior programs. In setting up your programs, this is one of the most important things, you know, you should do in building sports programs. If the junior programs are not strong, then you're not going to have a senior program. And I think success should come at the junior levels first. And success doesn't necessarily mean winning a trophy, but having your junior teams consistently going to quarterfinals, semifinals, and stuff like that, playing against the powerhouses from an early age, having them driving to Manchester, driving down to Santa Cruz, going to Monroe, going to Westmoreland or Trelawney to play U14 or U16 speaks volume in building your program, because the kind of exposure it creates for them at that age, playing against a Glenmore or a Stets or anyone at top schools, it really helps them in the future. So we kind of recruited at first form and continue to build from first form to third form. We spent a lot of time on the U16s and the under 14s, and for a couple of years we are like one of the top schools in our zone when it comes on to junior football. We're always going through both teams. This year only one team made it through the U14 and we went to the quarterfinal round. But I remember in 2021 our under 14 team and our under 16 team, our Dacosta Cup team in 2024 would have been a merger of both U14 and under 16. Would have only added about 4 players to that group. So 18 of those boys you saw this year playing in the Dacosta Cup finals would have been U16 and U14 players from 2021. So we kind of gave priority to the junior programs and they really bear some fruit.
But at this time, I'm just gonna reintroduce you to our panelists. We have Tom Stranger here, CC man. We have Mr. Rankin, a co-host, a Cornwall man. We have Damian Shuku Kelly.
Coconut on tonight.
Yeah man, Shuku is right here, man. You can't be an Shuku, yeah man. So what that wrong with Shuku?
Good. Good night, Mr. Thomas.
We also have Laron, another CC man, and we have Radrick, of course, and
you're aware of Shuku, man. You know this Shuku.
We have Kalisa here as well.
It's good to have Kalisa. Really happy you really elated.
All right. So before I go any further, I'm just gonna ask each, on the panel to, talk to you a bit, give you a start off with a question, and then we move around. All right. So Tom is next in line. Tom. And let me introduce Tom to you. Tom is one of your biggest fan here, sir. Although he's not he's a college man.
Yeah, man, that's Tom, I'm your biggest fan, trust me.
Big up Mr. Thomas.
Yeah, respect. That's a lot.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the first question I want to ask you, Steve, how was the preparation coming into this season?
Well, our preparation wasn't one of the best, unlike previous years, because we had the storm, and we started a bit late. I think I got like between 6 and 7 weeks to really get the team ready. So it wasn't so easy, but being the person I am and how big I am on sports science, and I do take physical fitness. It is the closest thing to me, and anybody knows me well will tell you that that's one of my strengths. The physical preparation is something I do love and I do prioritize a whole lot. So we really spent a lot of time getting the boys ready physically. I think I gave a lot more percentage to physical fitness this year, being that we would have had a team that would have been playing together for a couple of years. So I really spent a lot of time getting them ready physically, because I know tactically would not be wouldn't be difficult to kind of get them up, and technically they weren't really far off. So physical, I pay a lot of attention to that.
Okay. One more question before you go to the next panelist. Last time we spoke last year, you said that you wasn't getting a lot of support from like past students and people like around. Since you win the Ben Francis, did that change or something?
Honestly, one second, sorry. 1 second, please. Yes. Sorry, 1 second.
Okay. All right. So while coach, takes a little break, we have Monday Night Football going on, right, Tom? We have JPL going on. Anybody can vote for that? I'm seeing a score, Mobile 1, Veer 0. Is this a live game?
Moby and Veer player now, sir.
So Mobile leading by a goal to 0 half time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So another steering defeat down there at Veer. Hope they will come back. There's a Clarendon team, so I know Tom have to defend them.
Here am I again. Ready? Yeah.
Yes, so Jermaine is back. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so we got some support. We got some support. But it was far from what we needed. And let me tell the time out to say thank you to the few past students we had who came on board and really, really supported us. So I don't want to sound ungrateful. I mean, we got support from some past students who would have been there for us over the years, you know. However, I was really expecting more. Honestly expecting more based on what we did last year. I was really expecting more, but let me hope that based on what happened this year, you know, the chuck will be loaded going into the next season, pending I'm still around as it relates to coaching. Even if I'm not at school anyways, they will still support.
Yeah, Virgo, big up yourself. I want to bless up.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Yes. 1 minute. Sorry. Yes, let me just bless up somebody in the chat. I come in Shuko. So I stated that Tom was Jermaine's biggest fan. So Cheryl said no. No, sir. I am Mr. Thomas' biggest fan. So, sir, you have to go big up Cheryl. You know. So we just
that's my big sister, you know.
Yes, you have to big her up, sir.
Good night.
Yes, Shuko. But Shuko, hold on now. I have ranking before you in the order, Shuko. If you
I have ranking before me, but the coach just said something where I just think you miss a trick by not responding to that. And
Shuko, we still want you hold it till your time, Shuko. Hold it, please.
No, more thing going on, sorry. More thing going on.
All right, so ranking, give me the go ahead.
Take on the coach.
Good. I'm not taking on the coach. Good night, Mr. Thomas.
Oh, we did, Kelly.
Yeah. You just hinted something there, and I'm very curious. It came from your mouth. Why are you hinting that you might not be there next season?
I'm just wondering why out of everybody you pick it up.
Yeah, I don't miss anything.
I mean, several things can happen. You know, let's see. Sure.
Just curious to the fact that you would just put that out there, just like that.
Yeah, several things can happen.
Have you been approached?
Huh? It could be by the US Embassy. if the US Embassy knocks on your door, you know, in this time and age, what are you going to say? So it could be by the US Embassy. You may never know. Or the Canadian Embassy.
Anyway, coach, I want to congratulate you on making the final. People hear me talk on this show, but they don't know some of your brethren, you know. But
yeah, man. Good.
You know the rivalry already.
Yeah.
I must say congrats. And I have a question for you. I don't know if I should ask that question.
No, we have to wait until your turn.
I think time, man. We give him turn. Let him go on.
All right.
Go ahead.
So I can't. You were very unlucky in the final. Your team gave it their all and brilliant performance, and you were unlucky. And congrats. It really shows. I never doubt you as a quality coach, but it really highlights to those who don't know you how good a coach you are. All right, but I want to ask you a question pertaining. I want to take you back to the Champions Cup. Because I never liked the performance in the Champions Cup. So I want to ask you this question. If you could go back to the Champions Cup, is there anything that you think you should have done different in that game? Did you miss that trick against JC? Going down to 10 men?
No. Wouldn't do anything differently.
You wouldn't do anything differently because a lot of people share the opinion like me that your teams stand behind the ball too much, knowing that your opponent was down to 10 men. Could you have gone for it a bit more?
You watch the highlights on YouTube?
No, I watched the game.
Well, go back to the highlights and look at the amount of chances we created. Now, if you're playing against, when you're playing against teams like a JC, all right, they have some quality, and those qualities will hurt you, all right. And but before even going to that, just look back at the highlights, look at the amount of chances, clear opportunities we miss. I wouldn't change anything. It's just I think we were unlucky. I thought we were unlucky, very, very unlucky. The
All right,
chances we created were
I'm
simple
gonna sneak in
opportunities.
the next one. I'm gonna sneak in the next one. Who
Yeah.
made the decision to pull Messi in the final? Coaching staff or the player? Who decided that Messi was gonna
That
do?
was my decision. Anything you say happen, my decision.
Your decision.
Yeah, anything. my
Because in
decision.
these modern times, even though a player get injured and things like that, you can make certain adjustments and fix certain things. You just thought that you could not go on, continue.
If I trust my players and they trust me as well, and if I know all my players are warriors, and if the health of the student athlete comes first, and if my players look me in the eye and say, Coach, I can't go anymore.
But coach, you just said you made the decision, But
Yeah,
you
man.
said no.
No, hold on. The decision they might say that to
The
me.
decision was based on the player saying that he cannot go on anymore.
No, what I said to you, if my players look me in the eyes and say to me, Coach, we can't go anymore, or I can't go anymore,
Did he?
then I will say to them, okay, fine, no problem, and we move. But we tried everything, and we just couldn't continue. And based on what the doctors had said, and we evaluating the situation and assessing it, it wasn't wise risking him or making it more serious than it was.
Okay.
All right, just a minute, Coach, and Pang, before you go. Let me just big up Dave Virgo, yeah? Dave, a.k.a. Jim Brown Virgo. Yeah, man, I'm a former teammate that from back in the days. From big up yourself, Virgo. I know you're on the strength, all right? Bless up, man. Join us anytime, my brother. Big up. All right. Ranking, are you ready? Are you waiting for last?
No, yeah, man. I can't go here, no, man. I just do want to show getting chance. So, Coach, big up again,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Been a funny work for a long time, because you've put McGrath on the map,
Yeah.
As a school with limited resources and support. You've used your coaching and education to really put them in the forefront. So anytime the Dacosta Cup in any form of championship mentioning, you always hear McGrath name in the picture, and I'm sure you're very proud of that. So I have to big you up for that. Yeah, man, and congratulate you on making the final. I have a couple of questions for you. The first one is not about the final, but it's about something you were talking about earlier. So you're one of the few coaches that coach in the Premier League and coach schoolboy football. There's a lot of pundits and panelists that have the idea that you can't excel in both, or it's hard to excel in both. That one has to give way. It's either you focus more on schoolboy and the Premier League team suffer, or you focus more on the Premier League team and the schoolboy team suffer. What's your thought on that, and how is it been for you trying to balance both of those jobs?
It can work. Both can work if you do have good backroom staff in place, good assistants. It can work. If a team you're coaching is also one of them well-run and organized setup, makes it even easier. So I think once it is structured and planned properly, it can work. It is affected when the support is minimal, the backroom staff is not strong, then you tend to have serious issues. But I have not seen where it has affected me. I've clearly set up my sessions, and I've been available for all of them. If I have an evening match, then I train in the morning, early mornings. If we need to go to Montego Bay and play, then training is scheduled to facilitate that. So I'm never ever clashes are never ever part of my setup because I schedule clearly to fit my setup.
All right, cool. I just want to touch on quickly. What's the mentality like, or the shift of mentality? Coaching youngsters, and then what's the mental like for you?
Good question, you know. Awesome question. I love this question. Very, very intriguing one. Can be good and it can be bad because youngsters are a bit more open to modern day football. They are not necessarily set in their ways where the bad habits that they would have been accustomed to over the years. You know, they would have like been open and been willing to grasp and learn new things. On the other side, the older players sometimes are the more experienced players. They tend to be a little bit more reluctant when it comes on to new ways of playing. I mean, how do we do this versus how do we do that and stuff like that. And if they were not accustomed to that kind of coaching, from there they were like young kids coming up, then it can be a little bit challenging, you know. But I don't think it's a hard one, you know, and that's why we are moving in a slightly different direction, you know, to kind of get in. But that is for our next program. Right? But it's not difficult, man. Not difficult. Trust me.
All right, I'm gonna ask you 2 questions about the final, and then I'll give somebody else a chance. So this is a controversial one, Coach.
Right.
Because a lot of people have been talking about it, myself and my other panelists. Your thoughts, I want to know. Do you think that Garvey Masteo intentionally I don't want to say attacked, but let's say targeted your main player in Devon Davis to get him out of the game?
No, I know Coach Garden very well. That's Miriam Garden. A very, very good friend. Very, very good friend. Lester Ebert as well. Good youngster. And we do talk and he's my friend, you know. I don't think they would have done something like that. If they know about something like that, they would not be a part of it. That's just what I think. But guess what? The kid got injured in a very strange way. He fell, you know, he fell awkwardly, I think, and he was out, you know. So I will not say, and I could never ever say that, and I would not even want to hint at that because I don't think, you know, our country is too small for us to attack players in a malicious way, and so I would not even want to think along that line. I don't think the coaches would have supported anything like that. And myself and the Garvey myself, a lot of this Garvey team that you saw us playing, you know, we played 2022, I think, in a quarterfinal under 16 game, you know. The same Garvey team you're seeing here, done by Garvey myself, they beat us 2-1 there. The same exact team. So we've been close, all of us. We're good. We're very, very close. So I would not say that. Honestly, I wouldn't say that.
All right, Coach. Last question, and give somebody else a chance. Want to be real with me with this one, Coach? So Garvey in the last minute now, Coach, and now it's time for penalties. What's your mindset like? Do you think that Jesus, no momentum switch to them and what you think, Coach? Because man to man, now we are reading now.
That was a shocker, though, you know. Because if you watch the game, apart from us, I think sitting a bit too deep in the last probably 2 minutes thereabout, because I thought we were really, really deep. Garvey never had any real chance. I think for the entire game, they never had any real chance. Our keeper never had to make no stunning, surprising save for the entire game. You know, so conceding so late with seconds to go, it was like, wow, Really shocking, you know. And what I commend the boys for, you know, because they were really, really taken out of it by the goal still so late. They stepped up with the penalties, and it was like we only missed one, and they managed to convert about 3 of them, which I gave them a lot of credit for. But it was shocking at the end, really, really shocking. Thoughts going through my head, all right, wow, penalty. Because when the goal scored, you know, the game was like done, you know, dusted. So you never even get a chance to play 2 more minutes or even think or scratch your head. It was right into penalties right from there. So it was a difficult one though. Tough one though.
All right, my boss. Yeah, man. Sorry, I can move on to the next person. Thank you, coach.
Yeah,
Laron. And people in the chat, they can state your questions, you know, we'll take them as well, all right?
Good evening, coach. And I want to say congrats on a very good season and congrats on your consistency over the past 5-6 years of schoolboy football. But my question is on a particular player, and this is a player that I really like, and this player is Jim Mitchell. Is there a plan to bring him up to the Premier League level and have him get some senior experience and, you know, take his game to a next level?
Something we're looking at. Very, very enigmatic character he is. I think he's one for the future, but we still have some work to do with him. Jim would have missed some key years. During the COVID period, he would have been just coming out of primary school. We never had any football that year. So he would have played primary school football, and then we started the football junior competitions, and he went straight into that. You know, so he would have missed a little football there for a couple of months, you know. But he's special. Very, very special. Probably one of the quickest schoolboy from 0 to 10 meters you're going to find on a football pitch. He's extremely quick and pacey. You know, it's just for him to learn to manage his speed a little bit better. You know, when do I slow down? When do I brake? And stuff like that. But plans are afoot, of course, to move him. But he plays for Marcus Garvey out of Lincoln in the major league. So we are now looking at, is it that he stays with them and get more playing time on the pitch, or coming to the Premier League probably get less or limited amount of time, you know, things like that. So we're in the pros and the cons to see what will benefit him more. If he stays and plays at the major league level, more playing time on the pitch, what does that mean for him? Or if he comes to the league, train with the bigger boys, get some minutes, which one would really doing better? So we're looking at it.
Coach, you're being political, you know. Is the door open? You're a Premier League coach.
But I just put everything on the table to say that we are discussing, we are looking at it to see which avenue would suit him better.
You have the powers.
Right, and I just put them on the table to say that we are looking to see which one. Because it take him to the Premier League level.
Which one do you think? I mean, you have the powers to say, listen, I'm taking him to the Premier.
But you could take him at the Premier League and he's not getting enough time on the pitch. And then would that help his development? Because he needs to play as much as possible. He needs playing time. So and he's still a little bit young. So there's probably 2 or 3 months he could toy with a little bit to get him some more playing experience. And then when you move him to the next level now, it might be a little bit better for him to be polished here and then move.
For me, as long as he might get some playing time, like as I said, he's one of my I know everybody is up in awe about Devon Davis, but Jim Mitchell is my favorite McGrath player. And I just want to see him continue to develop and get some playing time and be on the pitch, you know. Looking forward to great things and things from him. In terms of a squad depth, in terms of players leaving, how is that for you? And will you go into a rebuilding phase next season, or would you have enough players to continue what you have gone through this season?
We're going to have enough. We'll be losing some senior players, quite a few. But we are good. Our program is structured in a way that for the next 2 or 3 years, we will have enough players because we will continue to replenish, as always, at the junior stages. So every year, our first form classes, there are footballers coming in. So it makes it easier after you would have completed a 3 or 4 year cycle to replenish at the top. So we do have good enough youngsters that will be able to compete quite competitively for the next 2 or 3 years. But getting to a finals, getting to a semi-finals, but we definitely will be in and around 8-16 thereabout.
All right, and I have one final question. In terms of McGrath program, I know you've been consistent over the last half a decade or so. How have you been able to ward off or keep away the big school, the so-called big schools, coming to recruit your players?
Hold on, coach. Hold on. Before you answer that one, big man, you can't say what we do ward off a team like Clarendon College. Not
Hey,
You're a bad man. I mean, we want Jim Mitchell, but we want Jim Mitchell, but we not
Well, Issa made a brilliant move. They pull a good card from the deck, if you want to term it that way, by allowing schools to only use 3/4 players. And I think that is one of the biggest factor in us. Not us alone, but several schools keeping their talents. But I'm really, really connected on the ground with my boys. I know where everybody live. I know everybody mother and father. I'm really, really close when it comes on to my boys. And as a coach, I am not one of them coaches who deals with football alone. I go above and beyond. For me, it is development holistically. So my boys are my players. They know that coach really love them, and coach wants the best for them. So in season, out of season, my phone lines are open. We still do check on them, and we are connected that way. And we are a very close bunch at McGrath. So, and it's like a family. So nobody really wants to leave because of the success we would have been having. To see Jim Mitchell, the same Jim Mitchell, who mentioned Jim Mitchell earlier. Somebody said that Jim is one of their favorite players. Who said that earlier?
Yeah, I mentioned.
Right. This is Jim Mitchell, third year playing Dacosta Cup, and Jim Mitchell is just 16. so that is how early would have been exposing. Jim was playing Dacosta Cup from he was 13. So this is how early would have exposed them, But as I said before, in terms of keeping and maintaining our squad, we're very, very tight with them. They do know we care. We have very good, close relationship with the parents. They know our resources are limited. They know this. This is not a secret. But it's a family, and they love it.
Are you willing to part ways with Jim? A joke. No, answer that one day.
I will never. 1 second.
You see, Laron, me know what you're up to, Laron. Laron, me know what you're up to. And I think you need to either come out straight. I know you have your eyes, not just on Jim.
I recruit Mitchell.
And I figure as well that you have in mind and the coach as well.
Do you right thing, yeah, Laron? Do you right thing?
If you do the right thing, yeah, Khalid.
Yeah, man, for real, man.
Sorry, man. People end up on a recruiting drive.
Shuko.
Hey, Shuko.
Good night.
We have
quota spot in
All right.
I'm not allowing you to use the Saudi show.
What are you not allowing me to do, sir?
That was like a rum talk, right?
Yeah, that was definitely rum talk.
Sorry.
Yeah. That was definitely
wishful thinking.
Oh gosh, no man. We Jim is just, and they say without trying to put any pressure on the player. As I said to you before, he's going to be one for the future. I remember we went down by Cornwall College in 2020. want to play under 14 just after COVID. And Dante Anderson, the number 7, he just turned 16 like 2-3 weeks ago. Isaac Mason, 16. These boys were a part of a U14 team that went down to Montego Bay and beat Cornwall College in under 14 football.
Beat who?
Cornwall College in under 14 football.
You mean ranking Cornwall College?
Yeah. That year we missed under 14 semifinals like by a single goal. Glenmere went to the semifinals. We missed it by a single goal. So they have been transitioning. There's clearly a pathway from the U14 to 16 to the Dacosta Cup, and they are the ones playing.
Oh, yeah, man, Jim a big baller, man.
Coach, are you still hungry?
If you know me, I know anything about me, and you would have been watching, because you would have probably, apart from the host, Kelly, you would have been tracking me probably the closest. So that question, I think you should be able to answer that question.
No, it's based on what you said on the show, and it's still
That is
puzzling
right,
me.
Dennis.
It's
That
still
is right.
puzzling me. Still puzzling me. It's like you're hinting, like I wouldn't be surprised if I hear that you move some marks in you based on the trajectory, quarterfinal, semi-final, final. So I have to ask the question if you're still hungry for it. You understand? Because
Football, man, this is my life. Honestly, this is my life. So I'm always going to be hungry.
I want to ask a question that the next guest asks you. The next person asks you, you dance around it.
Shuku, hold on. You're going to get back an opportunity. We're going to move to Kelly's.
No, you remember me taking questions and chatting.
I post them as well. So let me just finish with Kelly.
Finally, the lady is coming on.
Kelly.
Hi, Coach.
She only want you to beat Gabby. Choose you know what the next side win otherwise from Clarendon. No, make you cool.
Tell, don't do that. I love McGrath team. Hold on.
Why Kelly pressuring the lady like this?
1 second, please.
Why Kelly pressuring
So let me
the lady?
take some from the chat until she comes back. There's this one, a long time coach. Top 10 want to know if you would choose again. Would you change goalkeepers for the penalty?
Well, tough one. I think I trust my staff. And really and truly, the goalkeeper we put on would have been the better ones, would be saving penalties. However, I heard he did something, and I look back on the tape, I saw it, and I was like, wow, shocking. But he's a better penalty goalkeeper. Yeah. So, and then when we conceded the goal, our goalkeeper really felt it. He really broke him. Really broke him.
I haven't said that you trust your goalkeeper. Didn't you change goalkeeper during the season?
Yeah, man, we've been rotating.
Okay, because I know the goalkeeper that started the season wasn't the same goalkeeper that carried on, right?
Right, no, man. It was a penalty one that came on. He started.
Okay.
So, all right, coach. So, another one. I think you answered this one already. Are you still going to be the coach for next season?
Well, let's see. You're getting as good as mine.
Yes, embassy a call. Or is it the
local as well?
embassy?
Could be local.
I think it's the CC embassy, Shoko.
Okay.
No say so, man.
What I say?
Man, CC a big school, Virgin, them big football program. What are you talking about, man?
Well, you're a big coach. So,
How far did McGrath under 14 team went this season?
Quarterfinals. The two finalists came from our group, Glenmere and Manchester, from our quarterfinal group.
Very good.
Yeah.
Coach, it comes right back now, coach. And I heard you said that the host, I don't know if you're talking about Saudi or ranking, that have been tracking you a lot. A lot of people have been tracking you. And, during the season, there's a particular panelist here now who would have chastised me a lot, when I mentioned about McGrath. I don't know why, but I know I figure that is the rivalry that has been developed for the past 3 years. But I must say though, coach, in the first round, how did you find that first round, knowingly you started out with X amount of teams and just before the commission started really, there was a lot of withdrawal. The fact that you had less games to play, did that any at all you think could break your rhythm as a team? Or it played out well for you?
Less games can be good or bad based on how you, the coach, deal with that, you know.
Yes. So
You
how
know?
did you?
One, it gave us a lot of time to recover and plan sessions for the week. So we could easily have a high and a low and a medium day. If you have more teams in a group, you would not have that luxury because you're looking at 2 games per week, and that will now mess with your whole recovery and then going back into training. You'd have to be skillful as a coach, you know, to kind of set up your training sessions to assimilate. In cricket, we call it game sense training, you know, to go as close as possible to the real thing. So, or scenario type training
Or
to
shadow
kind of
training?
mimic the real thing, and we did a lot of that. So if you get a like say a knock or a twist ankle or anything, you would have enough time to heal. So there are several different ways you can look at it, but it depends on how now you as a coach manage less or more games.
Another one, coach. I never normally set up people like that because we never have a discussion before the show. But you would have thought that coming from your first round group, you would have another team in the semifinals with you, right?
Here we go. Here
Of
we
When
go.
course,
were you disappointed in the fact that no other
no,
team from your group would have made it to the semifinals?
not necessarily disappointed, but I think we did have our group. A lot of persons might say our group is not strong or whatever, but I think that there was one team in particular that I think was very, very strong, and they had a good team, damn good team, you know, but things happen, and for the strangest reason, they're not there. But I thought they had a good team.
Who's that? Charlie Mount High?
Probably your turn.
Coach, you
Just
know,
in the Shuko, I say go.
I just want to pick a few because
Yes.
McGrath High, yes, we have
Mhm.
watched McGrath coming up. I've been following you, yes. And I guess Shuko at one stage believed that I'm your agent. I must say no, Shuko, I'm gonna talk right before coach no, but we are very, very close. We are an alliance as it relates to coaching. But the fact is though, coach, is there anyone else in and around outside of the school, outside of your specific backroom staff would have supported your program, you know, technically or tactically, or even for the recruiting aspect of it?
Well, I as it relates to recruiting, I spearhead that. I take care of that. You know, I go look and find that. You know, that's me on me. Um, but
Jesus, please.
we there's a young
Yeah.
lady that I hate to call names. You see, and why I tend not to do this is because you tend you may not call everybody, and then some persons might feel away, and I try to stay away from it. But what I try to do is generalize a lot, you know, because we had some past students who are really supportive, really, and we do appreciate the support. There's one company, however, um, a construction company. I think it's Granite Construction. Granite Construction. They came on board and they gave us some real good support towards the end. But our past students, they know themselves. They know themselves. The real loyal ones who are always there, they know themselves, and we really do appreciate them.
A lot of people would not associate the word recruitment with McGrath. That would mostly be a word for Dintil.
But if you were listening me carefully, Kelly, from the onset, I said we did the recruiting from first form, ages 12.
No, it's the
That's
first. I asked a question, the coach. Not necessarily. Not what I'm saying is not definitely directed to you.
okay.
But
Okay. We recruit
King
at the
of
first
King.
form level.
King of King. Don't hold your breath.
I know where Shuku is coming from, but that's a good point, Shuku. All right, so
Answer my
coach,
question now, please.
well, last one before, but
All right.
coach, I know that there are a few primary schools in and around.
Mhm.
I really would like to know what's the relationship with you and these primary schools in order for you to get in that early recruitment of players.
Very good. Very, very good. And the beauty about this is, say, I am a graduate of GC Foster College, and most of the teachers that are teaching in those primary schools are graduates, like myself, and some of them were really, really close, and I think that makes a huge difference because they trust our program. When they look at our program, they would have seen boys transitioning very, very quick. So in the space of 2 or 3 years, a boy entered McGrath first form at 15, 14 plus. If that kid is good enough, he will be playing the Dacosta Cup. And I think the coaches in and around the area, they love this, and they would have been seeing our success over the years. So in getting to those schools, asking them to have their kids coming over, it is not a problem because they would have been seeing the success. But we do have a very good relationship though.
Thank you very much. Kelisa, you can go. Give me a minute or two.
Okay, so I just want to say congratulations, Coach Thomas. You know, like you've been doing well from what past 5 seasons, because I remember 2019 semifinals and so you've been doing well and you went to a final this season, so that's really good. Looking forward to good things next season, and just keep doing good. I want to see Jim Mitchell, as what Laron said. Looking forward to seeing him next year. This is Messi's last year.
Yeah, last one.
Oh, man. Okay. Rankin asked the main question that I wanted to ask, but I'm gonna ask you, which game of the season was the most challenging one for you, and why?
It was a game we played at Dintil against Christiana High. It was challenging because when I got to the game, we were down 2-0. And this was like 2-0 in the first half. And if we had lost the game, then we would have been out. I reached about probably 27 minutes in the game. And when I drove into the venue, we were like 1-0 down. When I reached on the field, we were like 2-0 down.
Oh no.
So it took a lot for us to really get the boys up. I think we went 2-1 in the first half. We got back a goal. That was a crucial goal. And then we equalized and went ahead, and it was a tough one.
How did that game end again?
3-2. We won the game 3-2.
Okay.
And that carried us right into the Rona 8, I think. Into the quarterfinals. So that for me would have been the toughest one.
Okay. I watched you guys at Glenmere.
Oh,
You saw me, but you just don't know see me. I kept when you were talking to Coach Peart, I came on the field to speak to him. So I was standing there waiting for you guys to finish talk.
Okay.
Yeah. But congrats again and well done. Looking forward to seeing what you will do next season.
Yeah, man. Thanks much.
You're
Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Christopher, welcome. Your time.
Yeah, they know, man. It's the thing I pass through. It's the coach there, so. The coach big up in the.
Yeah, man, thanks.
So, coach, I have one more question, right? And
Yeah,
I know as you said, you're a GC Foster graduate, and you're also a lecturer at GC Foster
Michael.
College.
Michael Teachers
Michael,
College.
sorry,
Yeah.
Michael. Yeah. I know oftentimes a lot of senior players coming out of Molynes Cup or Dacosta Cup are not able to transition into the overseas collegiate programs or the Premier League or sign pro contracts. Do you think the colleges locally are doing enough to give these players opportunity or give these players a good looking like the UE, the Michael, the UTech, to bring them into the intercal program and give them scholarships?
All right. We do have interpal competition. We do have one. I just don't think enough resources are here to really fund the intercal, the level at which you'd want your intercal to be at. The kids are being given sometimes full scholarship. Locally, we do give full scholarship. Several institutions locally do give scholarship. But the quality that comes in sometimes are not as good as the ones who are leaving, because the opportunities they are getting sometimes when they do go abroad, it is far more attractive than the ones they're offered here. So the better players would want to move, and then now they are developed a bit different abroad, not bit a whole lot different, because the intercollegiate football abroad, it is, I think, taken a little bit more serious, and they see it. MLS players are drafted
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. Often,
intercollegiate football abroad,
oftentimes, yeah.
right? So it is totally different. So a kid would want to, and any coach would probably want to have their kids moving locally abroad than having them staying, because the scope for development, I think, is more attractive and greater abroad. You can easily get a kid dominating a Division 1 school or a D1 league in America, and then moving to the MLS, and a couple of years after probably moving into Europe. But you probably wouldn't find that locally because of resources, and then the availability of good coaches also at the intercollegiate level locally. So those are factors I think would have affected the whole thing.
So, do you think we need to develop our intercollegiate level sports or focus on club and parish level?
I think we need to develop, because there's a gap between high school and tertiary level in Jamaica when it comes on to sports. There's a huge gap there, and I think if we can get it tighter and more organized, where better sports programs are developed right across these universities, then I think it will argue well for the future as it relates to sports development.
All right, thanks, coach.
All
Yeah.
right. So, coach, is a question from the chat from Janet McLeod. She said, "You have so many jobs. How do you balance your work and your family?"
Tough one again, tough one. This one would bowl any good batsman on 99. This is a tough one. But it's difficult. It's difficult because everybody demands 100%, and you only have 100 to share up. And everybody wants 100%. Remember, yourself also needs 100% as well. So how do I share up 100% with a demanding program like McGrath, demanding one like Molynes? Your job is demanding. Your family, wife, and kids are demanding. But I do have a very supportive wife, of course, that helps me a whole lot, with organizing. Men on a whole are not somebody best organizers, generally speaking. And when you do have support from inside your home, it makes it a little bit easier. And I do have a very supportive wife. The sad part for me though is, like, my son is 8 and my daughter is 5, and sometimes I spend so much time on the road from school to school, and then from work to training. And then at 8, my son can't control a ball yet. So, that's a sad part for me. But it's difficult. But I do have some support at home, so it makes it a little bit easier.
All right. There's another question
from after you finish ranking. I want to ask one.
Yeah, man, no problem, Trainer. So the question from unknown 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm assuming he's talking about the Dacosta Cup final. He said, "Why did the coach pull the number 5 from the game?" Is that the Cup final, coach?
Which game is that?
He didn't specify. He said, "Why did he pull the number 5 from the game?"
The number 5 is what again? That's Moses Rumble.
Sure.
If you just Rumble, I think he got a yellow card in the second half. And we were defending, and Garvey rang in about 4 changes, and those boys were running like hell. And you run the risk of keeping a player who have just been yellow carded, and then probably picking up another one and going down to 10 man. I didn't want to play with 10. And the youngster we put in to replace him, I think, did an excellent job by going over the right-hand side, which is their left-hand side, and had a lot of success. So he was on a yellow card, and I didn't want to run the risk going down 10 by getting another yellow card, leading 1-0. Football is sometimes gambling, Virgin. Sometimes you make some changes and the player go on, or a change and our players go on and score, and you have the biggest score in sliced bread, and then you make the same change on a different day and they miss one sit, and you have the worst thing. Why I never leave you? If I'm the one that was playing with that score. So sometimes it's gambling, and sometimes you follow your instinct and you get it right, and sometimes you just don't get it right. That's cycle. But you just have to be brave enough sometimes.
All right. Tom, your time.
Yeah, Mr. Thomas, I just didn't get to congratulate you for making the Dacosta Cup final. Good job.
Yeah, man, thanks
McGrath. I've been doing a good job with McGrath over the years and stuff like that. Well, and the next thing I want to congratulate you for is for winning that group that didn't till bit, the first group, and I want to continue. I want to continue winning.
Sir.
I wanted to continue winning that group and making McGrath the household name in that group, and make it so,
Well, you sound like a Lindsay man, sir.
No, man, Clarendon.
Yeah. Just a typical dental eater.
Kelly, that going to that one. Well, thanks much. When I started back in 2017, as I told it last time I was on, that 2 schools would normally dominate, and that would have been Charlemont and Dintil. And after that, I think Yorktown went through to quarterfinals around a second round, I think. Bagwak went to the quarters at one point. So we were always there struggling. But I needed to knock one of them.
6 and 7s.
I let me pretend that. I soon come back to that. What should we say? But I needed to change that. So we took the second place from Charlemont. But you know what is good about this? Now that Kelly said something, some Dintil supporter said to me that, boy, one thing this year, you can't beat my school, I said to them, I don't need to beat your school to go through. I don't need to beat your school, and he laughed. We were good friends still. But what I'm trying to say here is that football is about sitting down at times and looking at the best route and not trying to win the small battles. Because the small battles for me is not important. For me, winning winning, when you compare winning and being successful, I rather to be successful. I rather to run a successful program than a winning program. I don't want to necessarily win. I want to be successful. And we kind of set out that mantra from early that our thing will be based on success. So we could have won the Ben Francis Cup last year, and then the other year you would not heard anything from us. I've heard anything from us. But we pride topping what we would have done the year before. So it's not necessarily about picking up 6 and 7s, but picking up 6 and 7s with the aim of dominating and conquering one day. And we have been doing that in recent times. Who topped the group again this year? Just checking.
So, coach.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, man.
based on what you're saying, bantering aside, so you made a decision that you don't want to participate, you want to compete consistently.
Right.
Okay, I don't begrudge you doing so well and going to the final. I just can sleep better than know that you never won the final.
Really, Shuku?
If you put this in context, this is Shuku, and put bantering aside, if you put this in context, when you take a school like McGrath, getting to a any true Dacosta Cup, any true football fan watching this or supporting football, if you should mention McGrath in a Dacosta Cup final, that would create some amount of wave in anybody's brain, And
it's a win-win. It's a win-win, man. It's a win-win
to get to the finals, and the way we played and how consistent we would have been. Look here. We played 96.
You are the one that would have been epic.
The trophy, to me, getting there and competing means more than the trophy to me.
When I saw you in the finals, if they should win it would be like when Godfrey Stewart had won.
It would have been different because
it would have been epic.
Because where we are coming from, and the amount of years it took us to reach or to achieve so much. Look here, man, I wouldn't want to put no trophy in front of the success we have had, because our journey has been one that anybody, any school can look at and take something from because of how we did what we did. So not getting the trophy is not as important as us getting to the finals and showing Jamaica that a school out of Linstead who never had a football history up until recent times came to the National Stadium, won Ben Francis the year before, would have been to the semi-finals 2019, finishing third, was beaten by the eventual winners, our champions, and then getting to a Dacosta Cup final with schools like Tintil, Monroe, Stets, Clarendon College, Cornwall College. Look here, man. McGrath win the trophy here, sir.
All right. There's a question from the chat. Coach, let's say next season you make it to the height that you have achieved this season. What, if anything, would you have done differently to get over the hump? Which means win the trophy this year. Well, next year. So you're saying if next season you make it to the final, what would you do differently to win?
I mean, hopefully we would score 1 or 2 more goals that we would have created. And I can tell you, if Devon had spent 25 more minutes on the pitch playing, it would have been a total different game. But psychologically, I probably could have done a little bit more with the kids. I thought we did a whole lot, but you saw it ended. But I think just mentally, I think we could have done a little bit more with them mentally, more mental coaching, and that would have probably made a difference. And you're looking at the Garvey team. In answering your question as well, the Garvey team that we played won under 16 some years ago. Garvey won Dacosta Cup 2021. Last year they made it to the semi-finals. And so this is a school with some history. This is their third Dacosta Cup. So you're looking at a first-time Dacosta Cup finalist versus somebody who would have been around and been in them kind of realms for a period of time. So Hence why I said it would have been some more mental coaching. You know, that's the approach I would take differently.
Coach, I want to ask you a controversial question.
Mhm.
All right. During this season, we cannot
Right.
get away from the thought that some coaches, they were saying that allegedly that teams were deciding the outcome of games. Coaches would have talked to each other, let through teams, or don't play the best team because they don't want to face certain teams. You heard about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how good is your relationship with Mr. Peart?
Is that period? My relationship with every single coach in Jamaica is good. If you take a
You know
phone
the
and call,
political answer. You know
no,
the
what I'm saying to
political
you,
answer.
if you should take up a phone now and call Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth,
All right,
Monroe,
I'm gonna rephrase the
anybody,
question because you're
very
dancing
good,
around. You're dancing
very good,
around.
man.
Were you confident that they would have given 100% against Stets, and you never worried about them letting through Stets?
I mean, I cannot say that. I can't answer that. No, I can't answer that. It was on the
But you
final
answered the
day.
question
Everyone came.
early that you don't think that anybody would have intentionally hurt Metis, so why you can't answer this one? Even though you never had any proof that they did. So what's the difference with
No.
this question?
Remember, I said to you, that I know the Garvey coaching staff very, very well. I know them. We would have been friends when we were going to college.
That's why
Very,
I
very
asked
good friends.
your relationship with Mr. Peart. How good is it?
And I said to you, my relationship with all the coaches in Jamaica, ask them about Jermaine Thomas. They'll tell you, very, very good with all of them. Not only Peart or anybody else. Very with Lenny, with Harold Thomas, anyone names they can call. Ask them. Very, very good.
Because I was at Dintilling and everybody was just shouting that out the scoreline from that game to you guys down on the field here. Each time Glenmore score.
And you
People were just,
expect that because the nature of both games.
Well, sure, nothing wrong with that part of it.
Yo.
That
Because I
happen
can
everywhere. That happen
the same
everywhere,
thing would
Tal.
have been going on there by Specs.
no, I just wanted to know if the coach had any slight worry at all. It's just an honest question.
No,
No,
man, that's
I
my
had to
question.
concentrate on my game because my game was being played. I needed to win my game. I don't care what one run a road. So.
Okay, and somebody asked you earlier, you danced around the question, how many players will you be losing? And your answer was a few. Can you just honestly answer the question? How many players will you be losing from this squad?
No wonder.
You
Answer
don't have
the
to
question.
wonder. You're a technical coach. You have
Chuku
one
a
of these
fret.
things written down. How many players will you be losing from this squad? Mega,
Enough
Messi,
players
Mega, Messi.
to have Dintil top in the group.
No, you see, coach, I am being humble, you know. You see,
I am
I'm
humble
never
as well.
I am being very humble, you know, because guess what now? Guess what now? I give you all the praise. I give you all the praise. And let me speak to the coach, sir. I give you all the praise and I remain humble because this season was a disaster for us. You know, we'll be back next season competing for the group again with McGrath. So that we know that will happen.
McGrath
So
competing with
Third
you.
and I'll come next year, Shoko.
no, you're the finalist. We have to come and compete with you.
You are the most
You will be
consistent.
favorite. You will be favorite to win the group next season.
All
No,
right, let me
sir,
put
don't
it.
put that pressure on us. No, not all like that. You
Yeah,
is
Let
the
me.
most
you're gonna get
consistent
that
team.
pressure. You're gonna get that pressure.
Hold on, Sadi. 1 second, Sadi. Let me make something clear. Dintil and Clarendon College is the two most successful team in the last 10 years, 12, 13 years in Dacosta Cup
No,
football.
you have to define success. This so.
Define success, my brother. Do it.
Constantly going to
Consistency, you mean
semi-finals.
consistency.
Constantly going to
Consistency.
Oh,
semi-finals.
consistently to the semi-finals.
Right.
Not
Easily.
success. I didn't you know we not for success. But they're consistent. No, honestly, I've said it. I think I was one of the first person to champion that.
Consistently
You
being
have to give
beaten.
credit for that. So for
Consistent
me,
is
it
good
is
still.
we're losing a lot of players, man. A whole lot. Probably about 12, 15, a whole lot.
No.
Nothing like that.
Shuku, let me take on that coach. Jermaine, no bother with him. How many players
We say we'll be losing a whole
on your
lot of
squad?
players.
No, man, don't give me a number.
Coach is a good
About
dancer. Coach is a
12.
good dancer.
We'll be losing about 12 players, a whole lot.
From the squad.
Yeah.
Coach, I know about 4. I don't understand how many 12.
Yes, Dennis, so true.
No, a whole lot of players, man. We're losing
Coach, you
both centre
cannot have
halves.
so many
We're losing
so
our
many
left
under
back.
6.
We're losing Messi. We're losing a whole lot of players, man.
Mega.
Yeah, man, a whole lot of players.
How many players are we losing from the starting 11?
3, 4, 5, 6.
Dancing again.
4-11.
About it's great. I don't know why Kelly.
No, it's not about Kelly this time. It's all of us. No, man. It's a question that
Putting you on the spot, man, because you danced your way around it earlier.
Kelly, I wonder if
You're dancing your way around the questions.
Coach Thomas, as
Yes.
a bridge. If you know, if I want, no, I can. But I don't want you to hide around the bush.
No, I'm not hiding, man. I tell you
I'm
about
gonna ask you for the last time. You can say you don't want to answer, but don't give me no them start to answer your comment. How
About
many
12.
players will be
About 12.
retaining? Listen to the question. How many players will you be retaining this year for the next season?
12 from 22 is how much?
All right, thank you, sir.
Right, yeah.
You know, Shuko asked a question, and I want to put a spin of it because there's a lot of argument surrounding some games this year. And I want to put it to bed. McGrath versus Frome was one of the games that some people are speculating, are inferring that was a sold-out game by Frome because they don't want States to win. Have you been any form of discussion with any coach, spectator, or fan as it relates to that game?
No, we won the game 4-0.
From best player was in the stand, he was suspended.
There's nothing wrong with that.
We won the game 4-0. So look, if you need to get goals to win a game, you get 7 or 8. We won the game by the thinnest of margin. And in the game, if you look at the highlights, I think you were there videoing the game or somebody else. Froome get some good chances. The keeper had to pull out some big saves down there too, our keeper,
I didn't see the game. It wasn't me.
Okay, so it's on YouTube. The keeper had to pull out some big saves down there.
All right, Coach, I want to step up a little notch here, people. Coach, I recognize, and I'm sure that many persons in football land is seeing this now. Most of the coaches, if not all the coaches, who are in the coaching education relates to those who lecture, those who tutor in the coaching education. Their teams has performed well over the past couple of years. What that says to Jamaica, what that means to you.
I mean, it means a whole lot, and it shows that we have competent personnel in Jamaica that can get our football teams to play a particular way and can achieve some amount of success. And for me, it means a lot. And you would have seen over the last couple of years, the JFF would have been undertaking a lot of coaching courses, and the coaching overall, I think, has improved significantly because we're seeing some schools popping up and are doing very, very well and playing good football as well. And kudos to the Jamaica Football Federation and their coaching education program. I think it's bearing some fruit.
Coach, are you a part of that?
Yeah, man. Sorry, just said it.
But I asked this question on the show and people were telling me that you weren't a part of it, and I was quite sure that you were a part of it.
Yes, man. Yeah, man.
I asked, and everybody was talking about Peart, and I was saying, but Coach Thomas is a part of it.
Peart is the head of coaching.
So what I have said to you, I said that Peart is the head of the coaching education system in Jamaica. That's what
but
I said.
The question I asked was if Mr. Thomas was a part of the setup.
No, well,
and
I remember.
And people were telling me that no, he wasn't.
And I'm sure other persons here, I think Tom said it as well. But what I was alluded to with Peart, because I wouldn't call Peart alone. It wasn't Peart alone a part of the coaching. So I was alluding to the fact that Peart was the head of the coaching education.
Can I have one more, sorry, please?
All right, go ahead.
Mr. Thomas, do you have any problem with how Issa schedules some of the games?
Well, I mean, we played from the run of 32 to 8. We would have played like 16, I think 9 games in 4 weeks. So the schedule is tough. It's a rough one. It's a rough one. But I think the rationale behind it is that they are trying to get off the games before the second term. But guess what? It is really, really tough. I mean, 2 days sometime to recover is not enough. You need at least 3. Sometimes I'm really, really sorry for the kids. But I do understand, what they are trying to achieve, and it's just that sometimes if we could probably just really look to see if we could get probably an additional week, a week and a half thereabout, to try and extend, so we take the pressure off the kids a little bit, But I think some reassessing will be done at some point. But as I said before, I do understand the organizers, what they're trying to do, what they're trying to achieve, but it can be tough on the kids, though. It can be tough.
And also the traveling, because we see you travel one time, I think you go States, and then
States,
think you go Glenmure, then you go Glenmure a couple of days after, and then I say, yo, this not look good for the youth, them,
It can be tough, man. If you don't have a good staff in place to do your recovery work, it can be rough, because traveling sometimes can amount to you, the kids play a 90-minute game, And as I said before, it can be tough. It can be really, really, really rough on them mentally and physically. But we have endured, and other schools have done the same. The substitutions are there. So as a coach, you are privileged to do squad rotations. I think we're allowed 5 changes or 5 substitutions. So you can rotate if you want. You can rest if you want. You choose. You choose if you want. If you want to play the Champions Cup, it's your choice.
Have you rotated a lot this season?
Huh?
Have you rotated a lot this season?
Yes, man. For the entire first round, man. A whole
First
lot.
round.
A whole lot.
And what you one more before I go. What you think you gotta do to win the Champions Cup with a team? Like the Champions Cup.
Big. If you're going to win, if you're planning on win, if you're planning on doubling, your squad with the present schedule that ISA has, your squad would have to be big. Big in the sense where you have qualities inside there where you can easily rest 5-6 players. If you want to win both competitions. But with a team squad, with the present schedule, my advice to anybody, try and win one. Concentrate on one.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Good. Yeah. All right, good. Give thanks, Stardy.
Yeah, my respect.
All right, Vivian, your time.
Big up everybody on the panel, listener.
Big up, Vivian.
Big up, Mr. Jermaine Thomas.
Big up.
Yeah, my respect.
Yeah, man, boy, I say, boy, I don't want to win the trophy, God no. Yeah, man, cause a center I come from now and a Brownstone me back in but to me see I did watchy. And I watch me there back in the last day. I see I did watchy. Me say me happy back in the final there, but congrats on the Ben Francis where win last year, and you don't know congrats for going to the final, but boy you go close still, but I just one of them there still. If Messi did up on the field,
would have been different.
No trophy couldn't go up there, so
Yeah, it would have been different.
Yeah. No trophy no go up there, so but then just get him out of the game and say I want to key player them, and that does much of the game. Cause any Messi did up on it, cause the youth there, when me study about the ball there, when he not score, him show you say him in the last of the game, he still have get the ball them and pass the ball them to him play and do what he's supposed to do. In the last night game, not time.
20 assists for the season and 12 or 11 goals.
Yeah, man. In the last night game, not time, man.
Brilliant.
Yeah, man. And me want a new champion this year, but I just one of them days still you go close.
Yeah.
You go, and the team really play good. Yeah, man. But the
Persons
ball
are
that was scored the
English.
4 goal against Watching, man. The man go score the whole of the goal in the semi-final, man. Can't give me none in the final. That was 1-1 from him in the final and they go there now.
Yeah. One more I would have been across the line. One
Yeah,
more.
man. For when me give ratings, you know, it's for you to take up Molynes. I'm
Oh,
say keep up
last
the team
season.
there in the Premier League. I found there some me give ratings, you know.
They're struggling now.
Yep. Me know say I struggle over, but you
Soon
go
fix
and
it,
good.
Soon
You
fix
go
it,
and good, and me know you can bring back things, and
Yeah, man,
you
we
don't
fix
know me
it.
just like to see how you go on, and you don't know. Wish you all the best for next season. So Messi coming back next season?
No, this message last year.
Wow, John, no, I'm sorry saying him go with one
Well, a
trophy
kid
still,
like
but
Messi, we have to see more of that stuff.
How old is man?
You don't want a talent like that playing in Jamaica so long, man.
oh, so now I try to get him out of Jamaica.
But that's the plan, you know. That's the plan. He
Okay,
needs to be
a good baller, man. Yeah, man, but I just, yeah, man, I just saw them mash up the baller, man, and that's why I say the final there, we not get a fair final, cause me and baller missing half of the field. You see, anyhow, then they win the game with Messi on the field. I'm talking truth, and I'm like, yeah, who want vex now? Anyhow, then they play with Messi on the field and win the final. I'm don't say yes, we win a good final, but the big, main ball on the field, I wanna win, wanna get where. So just big up yourself, Jermaine Thomas, and you win Ben Francis final last year, and you come back at Dacosta Cup final this year, and then it's a really rough time this year because you left Coast States. After you left Coast States, you have to go back to Glenmuir again and what's there. You see it? You reach at the final. But I just say still that's one of them there and you keep playing never in a game. But next year again, and wish you all the best, my boss.
And it's scholarship
in the work
for Messi. And it's scholarship in the work for Messi.
Yeah, man, we're looking at some stuff. Man.
And what's the story behind Peter McGregor?
Peter?
Yeah.
He's on a break now, you know. On a break now, so let's see what happens next for him. But he was in Ireland playing last season. He's on a break.
When you say he's on a break, be more specific. What? He's injured, he's taking a
competition. His competition, the competition he was playing in Ireland.
Okay.
Would have ended, right? So he's on break now.
So he actually signed a contract with a team in Ireland.
Yeah, man, he was playing there.
How much year contract? 1 year, 2 year contract?
Not privy to it, you know, in detail, but he was there.
Okay, well, at least he's in the shop market. Anything can happen.
Yeah, man.
So remember, the man is the ex-coach, you know, not his agent.
Well, I was up here sitting and thinking, no, sorry, your stocks would have gone up, you know, knowing that you're the agent of the current Manning Cup and Oliver Shield coach.
Yeah, man,
It would be good to recruit a coach like Jermaine on the upward trajectory, you know. What you
No,
think?
I should have been. By the way, I should have been the agent of Jermaine, you know, but some little details never work out. Yeah?
Fine print.
You want to shed some light on that one, Jermaine?
No. No, yeah, make sure to kill me. I can't deal with them.
Anyway, I'm not telling no lie, Mr. Thomas. If I did win this trophy, I said didn't tell for them no more yet like poison.
No,
I think
we would
have
have
been
the
happy,
coach point. Have nothing to do
I
with the
think
coach.
it's so
We just have a honest rivalry now. McGrath is in the room now, and we recognize them, and it's a rivalry. I'm an Arsenal fan. I would, as an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't want to see Tottenham win the title. It's just rivalry. This coach know that I respect him and things. So I never question his coaching abilities. So don't go there. Nobody at Dintil hate this coach. This coach can walk into Dintil anytime. Nobody would say anything disrespectful to him.
No,
okay, I'm going to straighten up the thing, you know.
I'm not walking to Dintil no time.
Anytime he's free to walk into Dintil. This man is a Linstead man. Brother, you Clarendon man. Theater this. You don't know nothing about Jermaine. You don't know nothing about Jermaine and Linstead. Jermaine, them man are hero of Linstead. What are you talking about, brother?
You know, see man bring trophy go to Linstead and have to put respect for his name.
All right, thank you very much, Vivian. Hold on a second. There's a question coming up. Well, it's not a question per se. Coach Thomas and Vaserena's Coach of the Year in schoolboy football this year. Wow. Man, push out him Coach of the Year. Bless up. Coach, I said this to say, and what's your real philosophy of football? Which aspect of the game you think is more important as it relates to win a title? Defense or offense?
Good question. Boy, you guys are asking some very intriguing questions tonight. That's a very good one. I'm very, very big on defense. Very, very big on defense.
You're known as a defensive coach.
Yeah, very, very big on defense. I think football to me is more about defending than attacking. Yeah, that's a part of my philosophy. It can be very, very controversial at times, you know, because a lot of people don't necessarily support it. But I coach that way, and because you can lose a game 7-6, but you can win the game 1-0. So you can score 5 goals or 4 goals and lose a football game, but you can score 1 and win. So once you can understand that, and you can put it into context and get your team to understand that, then you'll realize that football is about numbers. If I outnumber you in attack or outnumber you in defense, that means a whole lot. So it's all about the space you leave behind you. And teams always want the space behind you. So it's a cat and mouse game. And you have to be very, very smart about it and stuff like that.
You know, Coach, it's very interesting that I asked that question. Very much so. But, you know, people, as I said before, I don't know if I really say it loud, and I don't think Jermaine have made it clear that Jermaine here is a very good cricketer. Very, very good cricketer. So he's a defensive coach, and I don't know what it is. Merangard is another friend of mine who's a very good cricketer. And he's also, to me, in my estimation, a defensive coach. I wonder what cricket has to do with it.
Cricketer, they love the defensive part of the sport.
Because you have to learn to defend to keep your wicket.
It's picking your moments. And cricket teaches you that. Cricket teaches you that.
Very
in terms
interesting.
of which ball you're hitting, where you're bowling this ball, what you want the batsman to do, the kind of feel you have. So a lot of thought is being put into it most of the time. So it's picking your moment. When do I attack? Or where? Why do I need to attack here? Where is the overload? Why do I need to invert here? All of them stuff. So it's just asking some very prudent questions and then getting the boys on the pitch to answer them.
On the part B, as a player myself, you know, my career I did most defending than attack. When I started coaching, I wanted to be this semi-attacking coach. I had the defensive skills, so I think I wanted to be an attacking coach. But being a defensive coach from your perspective, is that give you more leverage to nullify an opponent as it relates to a team, or to plan strategies to combat that team as a defensive coach? Or you think the attacking coach would have more prowess to nullify an opponent?
Guess what? It's a careful balance between both worlds, you know. It's a careful balance between both worlds because you still do need to score, but you still do need to prevent goals from scoring against you. So the attacking coach, while attacking, you need to defend because football is about two teams trying to outscore each other. And I just think priority should be given to one while somebody else may think otherwise. But I think if more priority is given to you defending, to me, my personal opinion is just that it makes more sense to me. Because I said before.
But I was gonna jump in and make the statement that there would have to be a balance, you know. But then you said the same thing here. But how can you put more emphasis on defense and then that it's in the same breath say that there have to be a balance? You clearly have a balance for one.
Because I just need to get one corner and score the one corner and win the game.
Yeah, but I sure was the defender that was the leading goal scorer this year, so you must put emphasis on attack as well.
No, attack. No, man. Team-wise, talking team-wise. Because in the structure, you're not necessarily going to have the defenders outscoring the attackers unless they're doing some mass rotation. You know, but team-wise, because we defenders are team. You know,
I think the balance is important. I don't buy into things. I don't buy into this thing about defense win championship. There have to be a balance.
Trust me to God. Trust me, I tell you this. Defense win.
But sometimes the best form of defense is attack. There have to be a balance.
So Shuku, that will be the balance. It's defense.
No, it will be both sides. There have to be a balance because at times you're gonna need to attack and at times you're gonna need to defend. So if you're gonna say specifically that the more emphasis to be placed on defending, I would disagree. There have to be a balance.
But Shuku, if you check the tournaments, you know, if you check tournaments and the winners for these tournaments, most times, if not all, winners have the best defensive records.
And they tend to have the leading, they score the most goals as well.
Not necessarily.
No, not all the time.
Your team right now is the best defensive team and they also score the most goals, right? Liverpool in the Premier League.
Oh, they don't score the most goals.
Liverpool don't score the most goals. They're not leading when it comes to goal scoring this season.
No.
Check your stats. Check your stats. I challenge you.
But they are
They are.
Oh, they are after the Tottenham game. But Tottenham had the most goal at one stage. And the most conceded to. So
Tottenham is the second best defense.
Yes. So what I'm saying, Shuku, and Jermaine alluded to, I tend to lean a little bit to defense win championship. And I said a little bit because you need to score, but you don't need to be an explosive attacking team to score.
I think that's saying more apply in basketball where it's more free scoring. In football where you don't score a lot of, I just think there have to be a balance. I think that basketball saying defense win championship.
Balance though.
That's fine, you know.
Defense win championship is mostly related to basketball. When we take it over into football, we kind of lose our way. This is not a full scoring thing where you can just say, oh, defense win. I disagree.
Prior to the last two games, your team played in EPL, Shuku. At one stage, it seems as if you don't get a set play, you won't score a goal.
Lie that.
That's not a fact. We've been scoring a lot of goals, but we've also been conceding goals.
No, man. No, this one me I say no. Listen, me don't want to take it.
All right, continue.
Just listen. What I am saying is that I'm not saying that it's only set play on the score from. That's not what I am saying. I'm just saying, look at Arsenal. When they get set play, they're most likely to score than a run of play in recent matches. Wrong or right?
Yeah, I would tend to agree.
So what I'm saying is that, yes. So
I'm going to give it a counter.
If you're able to score 90% of your set pieces, you don't necessarily have to be an all-attacking team.
Yeah, but then we go on to draw games where we lack creativity. So that's what I'm telling you, there need to be a fine balance.
But they lack defensive effort too.
It come back to balance.
They lack defensive.
Go around that balance, Sadi.
Yeah, man.
This year, we would have played 17 games. Mm-hmm. All right, and we would have scored 54 goals and conceded 19. That would have been our record.
54
goals, yeah, and conceded 19 from 17 games.
Yes,
this would have been our record, and this is why I tell you that I'm big on defense as a team than anything else.
Good. All right. So people, I'm going to link it with the know. As me I say, see top 10 giving me stats there and it's right. So Tottenham scored
2021 didn't have the best defensive record in the Dacosta Cup. We probably only concede where at the semi-final stage. Stats was the first team to score against us the whole season. That was in what, like the quarter? Was it the semi-final of the Champions Cup? The quarter final. And we never won anything that season, even though we had the best defensive record. There have to be a balance.
No, but what I'm saying, if the matches that if you have the strong defense then, but also if you look at the competitiveness of the previous game leading up to when you get knocked out, one can say that because you have teams who were not as good as others to penetrate your defense. Not saying your defense was good, it was. But it goes a far way if you're going to use these data. So I'm saying, I'm not going to hit you to say you don't need a balance. Because this is a debate that has started a long time, and it may also continue for a long time. But we have a point, and as I'm saying, if you look at the data with the teams that will win the tournaments, most time than not, those are the teams that boast the best defensive record.
True, Sardi. Most of the time, Sardi.
So is it definitive that the best defense always win the championship?
Go again?
Is it definitive that the best defense is always win the championship?
Not
I'm
always.
not saying always. I said
99%.
Not gonna say always, but most times. That is not something that we are making up. It is there. You just check the data.
When Liverpool won the title in 20 what? The COVID season. Were the best defensive team or the highest scoring team?
Pardon?
The season when you won, the COVID season. Liverpool the best defensive team.
And the most attacking team.
Oh, that means there was a balance.
No, but what I'm simply saying, the defense still shows up.
All right, let's continue the show. We're not going to make it a one-on-one debate between them.
You're going to pull out one season, but I'm just saying. Anyway, it's a whole lot, and both are important.
So, Jermaine, I like your honesty, because a lot of people used to say that you're a defensive coach, and to hear you come here and really champion the defensive part of the football. I like your honesty. But I'm just wondering, coach, can you coach any other way? I know you're tactical, but what do you say? What if you should produce? Because these are schoolboys and you have to play with what you get. Do you intentionally go out and look for these type of players, or you could surprise us one season with a team that plays the game like a Clarendon, passing the ball around and all that? Or you're just a one-dimensional coach? You answer the question.
But passing the ball around doesn't mean you're defensive or attacking.
No, I mean possession. No, man, we can't pass that. I mean, can you change your game to be like a ball possession kind of coach?
Then look here, and I'm going to say to you again, watch the highlights of the JC game, watch the highlights of the Ochi game, watch the highlights of the Garvey Massier game.
But I never saw you putting like 5 passes together against JC, coach.
Making passes doesn't make you attacking.
No, I want to listen to the question. I'm saying if you would change your game to be like a ball possession based kind of football. It's just a question. Would you surprise us to be playing like that?
Surprise. Look here. Going to how many routes are there to get to Ocherius? How many routes you know?
So you're just saying that you will get there. No matter how you get there.
Tell me how many routes you know to get to Ocherius.
Well, I know the local road and I know the toll road.
And St. Mary and Portland and and all of them. Right? Look here.
A good dancer, you know.
No, look here. No, what I'm saying to you is that getting to the destination, it doesn't matter the route. The important thing is that to get to the destination. I'm going to get the job done. I want to be an efficient and effective coach. That's what I want to be.
So just like we had Peter McGregor the seasons before, and we have Messi this season, and now Messi is out, so it will be Jim next season, and then some workers behind him.
Not necessarily. We played without Messi last year by Dintel, and you guys couldn't leave on half.
You're talking about the game where you celebrate the draw. You're talking about the game where you celebrated the draw.
And I'm glad you brought that up. It means you celebrate. You're in the run of 16.
I know that you listen to this show. You see,
no, 4 teams. Listen. You're in a team with 4 teams. In a zone with 4 teams. You play Dintil away first. You got Dintil is a big team in the group. You have
Not no
McGrath, you
more.
have William Nib and Christiana. You get the point against Dintil at their home. You don't think that's a good point?
No, I thought you should have went for the game more. I know you listen to this show,
No,
and if you never
when you
listen to
went for the game
somebody
now,
put my
let,
argument to you, I'm gonna
let me
respond
tell
to
you
you.
how football is always a gamble and funny.
Yeah, you're gonna make me answer what you said first. You asked me a question, if I don't think
Yeah,
it's a
go
good
ahead.
point,
Yeah, go
and I
ahead.
said no because I think my team at home that day were there for the taking. In your previous game, in the previous round, you went to Clarendon and you created an upset down there. Who did you beat down there? Remind
Edwin
me.
Allen. We beat Edwin
And,
Allen.
and,
You're
and
trying
you
to
played
keep them.
brilliantly and you beat Edwin Allen. Dintil went to St. Mary and played one of the weakest team and we struggled. Even the Garvin Masayo fans that thumped a team down there in the first game in the doubleheader said that this Dintil team is soft and we'll beat them
But Kelly,
whenever we meet them. Let me
Kelly.
finish. Let me put the argument together, coach. Hold on.
All right,
Hold
go
on.
on.
And I think my Dintil team were there for the taking that day. And I just think that you took the coward way out by being super defensive and playing for the draw. And when you were celebrating and punching the sky down by Dintil, punching the air, I was saying that I don't think this is a good result for you. And I think you will struggle to get the points against the other teams because Dintil was there for the taking and your players were bringing the ball to the corner, even probably like 70 odd minutes in the game. They were
No,
playing for the
Joe,
draw.
no madness. Don't say
They
them
were
something,
playing
Kelly.
for the
Look
draw.
here. No. Stop. Nobody in the world, don't let anybody here say that. Nobody bring no ball in the corner flag 70 odd minutes. That is madness.
The way you guys were celebrating that draw down by Dintil.
Listen, Kelly. I've never ever coached that way. Don't let anybody here say that again. Because
you need to be real, man.
We dominated the game. We missed the chances. And if at 80 odd minutes, 90 plus, you miss your chances and whatever, you have to take the next best thing available to you. I'm going to take the point.
I will admit that we dominated some period of the game. Dintil was struggling. We weren't in a good run of form then, and I think you missed a trick in that game. So taking 3 points against a Christiana, and what was the next team in the group? Wouldn't it have been better? The next team down by Trelawney.
Kelly, listen to me and learn something tonight. If at minute 80 odd, 90 plus, you realize that the game is still nil all, and this is 4 teams in a group trying to get out. 2 need to come out. You don't need to be taking no much risk towards the back end of the game. Take the point and move on. And this is how we would have operated at McGrath. This is what McGrath. Listen, Kelly. Listen, you're not listening. This is what would have allowed us success at McGrath. This kind of thinking and organization.
Yeah.
You just don't go out and play careless football.
Like what
If you realize that you can't get the game,
careless are brave.
It is well structured and thoughtful football. You don't
on the other side,
careless.
So, all right, coach. You can talk like this when you get it right, but remember that you were knocked out of that group, So celebrating that point there, having not gone up against the other teams in the group with 3 points.
You know what I think, Kelly? I think you see the way McGrath dealt with Dintil today. I just thought persons were in their feelings and couldn't believe. And so I can't wrong you to think the way you think. But after analyzing and evaluating where we were,
hold on a second.
I don't think we needed to go any further as it relates to trying to.
Why you can't let me and the coach go at each other? Why you want
That's not what the show is about, Chuku. Don't be like that. That's not what the show is about.
We're taking on
relax, Chuku, you are going to relax.
We ball them right off the park. Here?
You are going to relax. I'm saying to you now, Chuku, if they have been going all at it and you will nip back one in the dying moments, what would you say about this McGrath team? If you had nipped them 1-0 in the dying moments of the game?
I would have said that my team was brave.
And what to say about McGrath team? That's the team that for you to nip them one.
No, for them to play for the draw when they
No,
when they
man.
were when
That's
they
not the
were
question.
when they had the upper hand in
This is the
majority of the
question
game.
I'm gonna ask you. So me ask you now, if they had been brave as what you want them to do, and you get a chance and nip them one in the dying moments of that game, what would you say about the McGrath team for that last?
They were unlucky.
Sorry, let me get one there, sorry.
A very good one to end that point, Shuku. Yes, go ahead, Tom.
Shoko.
Yes, sir.
And that's why when you lose the Ochi game, no Ochi, you know. Them
And
same
we
type
never
of
lose the
thinking
game
there.
done by Ochi. We never lose
You
the
see
game
me?
done by Ochi.
Or
Get the facts
Jai,
right.
so now lose it, man. By
No,
Jai,
we
the
did
game
not
I
lose
lose,
the
you know.
game. We did not
By
lose the
No,
game.
Jai,
you
anytime lose it, man. That's why I got
We did
dash
not
the
lose
game,
the
no
game. Get
Ochi.
your facts straight, sir, if you're gonna challenge
That's why
me.
you got dash where the game, no Ochi. Because I see him thinking, you have. I go all out and you want to do all of these
All right, let me
things.
put the
You don't
question
have
to you.
game
If
management.
you were playing your biggest rival in your group, Tom, and you were playing away from away, is that the style of Clarendon? You would play for the draw.
Why me not go play for job? Me and Cornwall not play last year and I job me play for same way because my
I
boy
said if you were
retired.
playing in your group down by Clarendon, don't be biased with us who win an argument, brother, when argument reach you. I said if you were playing against a team in the Clarendon zone, knowing the kind of team that Clarendon is, you would be happy to see your team playing for that draw and celebrating a draw against Edwin Allen and all these teams. That's not your type
If
of
the
way.
jaw is okay and the game
Huh?
and penned out like that, me not alright with the jaw more than the last man.
All right, guess what, people? We are on 2 hours, and we want to get back to this. I know Coach Thomas would love this debate, but we can't continue this debate.
Coach, the man time is we can't see it, you know.
Love the bad man. A long time he want to knock Shuku to, you know, but
We have a question for Shuku, please.
Lord of His mercy.
Keep
Go
them
ahead.
coming. Keep them coming. I'm here.
Shuku, why you say you come my final and you never come?
I never answered this question publicly. No, it was just duty call. I had some work, man. I had some work. Listen, I not because McGrath was in the final, you know. I was at the Ben Francis final. I was at the Ben Francis final when McGrath won, you know. Cardi, weren't we at the final?
Yes, you
Yeah,
were.
man, Shuku was there.
Weren't we supporting ranking? Wasn't I supporting McGrath?
Yeah,
Right.
man.
You
You and Dalton.
Yeah, man, he was there.
Okay,
He was
so
there, but
I
not
did not hide
supporting
from the
McGrath.
fact that not because McGrath was not in the final.
Don't let Mr. Thomas feel say I support him and then I support McGrath.
No, man, no.
No, but I said it on the show. I did not want McGrath to win this season final based on the rivalry between
Yeah, we know that Shuku saying he want the man and win nothing. We know that.
It's selfish.
And the court have to respect that as well because
If you don't want
it's
something,
rivalry.
you perish you.
No, it's rivalry. Don't put parish in this thing. It's bragging right. Don't put parish in it. No,
When they win the semi-final, Shuku left Lindsay early, kind of want to see
Look,
man celebrate.
Shuku, I feel
All right,
you.
hold on a second. We are
I
carried
share
it.
the
Hold on.
same
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to ask you respectfully if we can continue the discussion, but listen, we are 2 hours. I know that coach have training tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
You know, after. But coach, we want to ask. This is my probably final 2 question, and I know everybody to give you their final one as well. But Molynes United, coach, having a very tough season. Tough season. What is the major problem you think you're having at Molynes, and what is the plan to fix that going forward?
I think it is at both ends of the pitch. We're creating some easy chances, and then we're not converting, and then we're conceding some really elementary goals at the other end and stuff like that. You know, but work have already started to fix. We lost 2-0 to Tivoli, and if you look at the replays, look at the goal conceded, you would understand exactly what I'm saying. But help is on the way. We are making amends to get inside the January market, and we'll be fixing, man. We'll be fixing by going to the transfer market, and we definitely need to get some new additions and persons who will be willing to play and listen and follow simple instructions.
So, coach, Do you think you have the full backing of the management staff?
Well, I've been.
You think your job is on the line?
Well, any football owner or president at this stage would have been worried. But if you look at the closeness of the table, you would understand that, a good streak, but I've been heavily supported.
Coach, closeness of the table, coach, you're what, 20 points?
Yeah, but no, if you look at from bottom to about 8, 10, 12, 5, 6 points.
I agree, but when you look, you have minus 25 goals are about there.
Can be fixed, man. Can be fixed. We just need a good streak. Get 3 games on the trot and we're good.
And we can mark it that this night on the Saudi Crest show, you said that come January.
We have already started.
The lines will step out January.
Yes,
right.
We did it 2 weeks ago. We did it 2 weeks ago, man. But we are going, trust me, we're on our way, man. And we have started some work and we'll be getting in some numbers.
Do you have any players you want to talk to us about who you think we'll see?
Not yet. But you'll hear soon.
You will break on the Saudi Crest show?
No, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
Looking forward.
Yeah,
so
man.
the Saudi Crest show will break that news.
Yeah.
Ranking, I'm going to start with you now. Everybody, we're going to go one by one. Our final question and our submission to Coach Thomas. Ranking.
Yeah. I don't have any more questions, I've asked my 5 questions and the remaining questions I had, people actually asked them. So, Coach, I just want to tell you, Merry Christmas, I hope you and your family, wife and children, eat some food and get some time to relax, because everybody deserves that. As I say, continue doing the good work, Coach, looking forward to it. Whether you are at McGrath or at a Premier League team, we're looking forward to the good work. So just continue doing what you're doing, Coach. There's a lot of love for you here, as I can see. A lot of banter as well. But we just wish you all the best, So go and bless yourself, my boss, and just keep up the good work, yeah?
Yeah, my respect, man. Shuku not gonna give me a break,
Yeah, man. Your time, stranger.
Big up, Mr. Thomas. Congratulations again, for a good and successful season, I'm no question still, but I just want to keep Shuku them and then keep on Shuku them heels of our identity, Keep winning that zone for me, please.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Mike, mute, sorry.
When I captain, how you appreciate senior man saying I'm a Lions team? And so if you take the captain and ball from Jason Wright,
Boy.
All right, so who we have next? Let's take Khaleesi now.
Okay, so just want to say congrats again on a great season. Really looking forward to see what you'll do next year. And as with Tom say, keep winning that group in Linstead. We love to see it,
Everybody ate Kelly.
All right, Damian, respond to that and talk to. This is the last question or suggestion to Coach. Go ahead.
I don't know if any of the coaching staff from Central are listening or anything, but I just want them to just win that Clarendon group next season again. That would be very nice. Keep doing what you're doing, you guys down by Central.
You know a difference with that now.
Khaleesi, just listen up and make the
my time, don't interrupt me.
Okay, sorry, boss.
I did not interrupt you when you were telling the coach to continue to win the group, so I'm just being
my bad.
All right, Coach. I did not call it to congratulate you, like we usually do over the years. I've been very busy, but I did it publicly. So congratulations to you. I always wish you success, just as long as it's not against my team at the expense of my team. I rate you highly. And I've said it on this show countless of times. So, quick question. have you been approached by any schoolboy team, whether from the Molynes Cup or the Dacosta Cup? Honest answer, please. Don't dance around the question.
I have an appointment with the US Embassy next week,
Oh,
Wednesday.
that mean that you have had offers from overseas. Okay.
After that,
Because I've surely know that it's not a job at the embassy. So probably you have offers from overseas.
Well, let's see.
Mr. Thomas, your employers are watching the show, be careful.
Let's see.
All right, thank you, Shuku. Who do we move to now? Ranking. Rajik, are you there? Find out say you drop asleep.
Brother, they quiet for the coach dash the league.
Shook was. Yeah,
4-0 boss and something the hat-trick. When quiet, so.
A perky.
I told you to be humble.
Please be yourself at the final stage now, Shuku. Please, let's continue.
Final task to the coach.
Yeah, what I said, big up coach supposed to see me already. Last year when he beat Edwin Allen at Glenmore, I was in the auditorium right beside Peart.
Oh, yeah, man.
And you see the other day to Roderick. We'll go up on the
Yeah,
field.
other day, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I realized. I was supporting you at the League Cup final.
Respect, man.
They need help.
And I also feel it when Garvey scored the last goal. Even though I'm a Clarendon, I come from Clarendon, I did want McGrath to win because I did want Glenmore to be the only team in Clarendon who won a trophy this year.
May I beg you one more when you finish. Just remember something.
Make him ask it, sir. Make him ask it.
Shuku, when everybody go through.
Yeah, man.
Triple frown.
So I said, I say go again, coach. Just come again next year.
Yeah, man. Respect and thanks again, man.
All right, coach.
Be humble.
Christopher, your time.
I know one question, but like, it's a big up coach. Remember, you said that with the school where now advance, being till Charlie, even backward and you turn advance over we. So the fact that you choose to come back and you even win a title and make it go through over the last 5 years, well, you do a great job and respect everything.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. Just sound like a McGrath, man. Sorry.
Big man.
Oh, yeah, man. All right, good.
Big up Black Pearl, big up Soji.
All right, Vivian, your time.
Don't know, Mr. Thomas, big up again, don't know, congrats for reach the final, but they want to win, make Shuka belly bottom bunny, man.
I couldn't sleep tonight.
Win the group there. Want to continue win the group, they make Shuka head continue hurt him, Yeah, man, but boy, me I tell us a coach, me nah you go on good. You win final last year and come back a final this year. We just take it across the lines here, but you know if Messi did it on the field, then couldn't win a trophy. Yeah, man, but I just that me say when me say Messi come off of field, me say bun me, man. Yeah, man, bun me, man.
You don't want to beat the coach bad still, but you should make Messi continue.
Yeah, man, and you don't know the coach. We are look out for you next year again,
Yeah, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, I wish you all the best in the Premier League, seeing we and you know you can fix things, man, and stay up, seeing we, because you have only for time, seeing we.
You're going to, man.
Yeah, man. I remember you do it before,
Yeah, man.
If I never you Molynes within this competition right now. Yeah, man. So yeah, go on good, man. You do a great job. Yeah, man. But Lindsay, I got tired to see your face, Cause your job concrete down there, so now, Yeah, man. Cause you win trophy last year, come back a final this year. But no worry, man. You're going to get the big one. You don't get the benefits already, so you just have the Champion Cup too. No worry, you have to go for the Champion Cup, but me know that Dacosta Cup your main focus still enough.
Primary one.
Yeah, man. Me know say Dacosta Cup your main focus, and you go very, very close still, but I don't know coach not in due times, and you're a good coach, so I know say you go fix things still. So much player go lose for this season now.
About 12.
Hmm?
About 12.
12 out of the starting 11.
Yeah, shook him a laugh. But no worry, man. Me know you're going to the market and try to fix things, man. Me know you will fix them up, man.
The market is at McGrath, man.
Yeah, man, and you don't know no coach. Big up and you don't know no. Merry Christmas when you come and just enjoy Christmas with your family and stay safe. And may your football seat never empty and may the good Lord continue to bless you and just keep doing what you're doing best. Big up yourself. Yeah, coach. Love and manners. One Jermaine Thomas. May I always big up you know? And tell him say the coach over there, so a big coach. One Jermaine Thomas. Big up.
All right, respect.
My question was Sadi.
Yeah, Choco, you and then Sadia finish up.
Yeah,
Yo,
Shuko, go ahead.
Shuku already. Why would I send Shuku again?
Yes, so me not say me have a next question. You know, see nobody else want to ask the question. It and Sadia the host we are gonna close off
All
the
right,
final
Shuko, you can ask
question.
all the questions you ask.
Why the Glenmore man attack? Me no mean make you lose, brother. You coach.
Shuko, calm down, man. I stop run behind. Virgin, just go ahead, man. I'll leave Logic
A
alone.
bantering man.
Coach,
I'm
I
very
win a
calm,
trophy.
Sadi. I'm very calm. I'm very calm, man. All right, Coach Thomas. All right.
Mhm.
As a coach, you know that the football not only play on the field, but it's a mental thing as well. Would you agree?
Yes, man.
All right. So, how did you feel when all of your players went down after the equalizer going? Don't you think that would have been a negative response to that goal equalizer?
They're only human beings. And if you're fighting, you played 90 minutes. All right. And
But yeah,
7 minutes added on. And you play 6 plus. And luckily, probably never see some of them running off the field. Are probably unable to get up. They were strong in terms of being able to get back up and fight the penalty shootout. So it wasn't surprising to me, none at all. They fought and they played their hearts out. So it
and
wasn't surprising.
and
That
when
was
I
a
said this,
natural
coach,
reaction. Mhm.
when I said that, when I answered that question, it's not an indictment on McGrath, it's something that I noticed with a lot of these school youths. And I try to talk to my boys on by didn't listen. The game is not over till it's over. I don't like to see when they just throw themselves on the ground. Even sometimes during the game, you see players throwing themselves on the ground because the team score an early goal. You have to be mentally tougher than that. You understand? And the game is not, even though it was a last minute goal, I mean, it's added time and all of that. If it's going to go to penalty, you still have to save that liquor. You don't just
It's easy.
blow out
It's
the thing
easy.
like that.
Chuku, it's when you're outside the ring watching the boxing match. It is easy to say everything you are saying now, very, very easy now. But it's when you go inside the ring there and you throw the first three punches, a couple of punches, and your heart start to race and your legs start give way. It's a total different ball game. So
I, re-
the thumbs up to the kids. Chuku, they did extremely well. The reaction is normal.
I,
Any
re- I
any
respect
group
that.
you see fighting like that and then conceding a goal like that would have reacted that way.
I'm going to
And they
read
expect
the
that kind of
question. Would you rather they not do that?
that is something you and I can't stop if they even do it.
No, answer the question. Would you rather they not?
It depends on who they are. That might be their way to
Wouldn't you
relieve
rather them say, come
whatever is
on,
going
let's go,
on.
it's not over?
Athletes are different. They are make up differently. They are from different backgrounds. They are socialized differently, so they react to events differently. So you and I, there's no one sheet that cover everybody, and you and I can't determine how an individual or a group may react to a stimuli or action or whatever, because they are from
Anyway,
different backgrounds.
so I'm closing now. Closing now. So I just want to say, wish you all the best for the holiday and then, because I never sleep, I'm always focused on the football, So I'm not even resting because right now I'm preparing for the Jojo season. So I'm in and around the thing. So we don't sleep. So see you next season. Renew back the rivalry and we're
Yeah,
coming back for our number one spot.
here with a big pool and a big team, man.
Sadi, your turn. In mute.
Thank you, Shuko. Coach, I want to thank you again for actually making your second appearance on the Sadicrest show. But I'm sure, you know, you come out in your FIFA clothing this afternoon or tonight. I must say that you have an open space on the panel. Come and give us some insight, some football insight. I know you don't want to talk much about the Premier League or the JPL because of your position. But guess what? We will accept you. Final question to you, Coach.
Mhm.
Do you think you'll have an easier season next year for the Dacosta Cup than this year?
Yep. Yeah, man, I think so. Because
Give
Put all
rise,
eyes on you.
give rise to the 12 players that you'll be missing.
yeah, man. And you hear why? From the onset, it has always been to change the culture. And I mean, we have seen where the entire school
You call me?
has bought
No, me not got this on like calling.
Mute Khaleesi.
The sinus don't have.
into what we have been doing. So the until the auxiliary staff, administration, academic, everybody has bought into it and they are supporting more. They are far more involved in the program. The extended communities in and around the school, we are seeing more people coming on board and everybody that's behind the entire program. Now, psychologically, the boys have been responding differently to training, to every single thing football related. So I'm thinking that going back, restarting is going to be a little bit easier than previous years.
Okay. Thank you very much, Coach. Looking forward. I promised you last year that I would have done something for you. It never materialized. And so I'm hoping that next year it will come your way.
Nine Chuku stick you up in a bridge. You cannot say this.
You can't behave yourself, man. People, we chat. All of you, just
Sadi just want to recruit you as an agent in the Jeremy. But read the fine print.
I will. But Sadi, quickly before I go, let me say thanks to everybody.
I was coming to you. I was coming for you to give
Oh.
you know, I just want to say to those in the chat, I want to show you much respect and thank you very much. Season greetings to all of you. And of course, you know, we continue to give you content that you want. So this is where we come to the end. So we'll ask Mr. Jermaine Thomas, the coach, the big coach, Onset tonight to give his closing remarks. He will close the show and so on until then again. Bless up every single one. Coach Thomas.
The man said big coach like Stephen Francis and Glenn Mills are on the program.
Sorry. I don't mean big in body, sir.
No, the achievements are normal, brother. You have a big in body. You know? But yeah. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yes.
Well, a tough season. And for me it is getting the school out there and to allow Jamaica to see that football is not only played in certain jurisdictions or certain schools, but the some areas and some schools talent are from those areas. Our talent can come from those areas if they are developed and nurtured and monitored properly. Our 1998 team came from all over Jamaica, and they were not heavily concentrated in no one or two areas. They were from all over Jamaica. So I'm thinking that as long as we continue our coaching education programs and then have our competent and qualified coaches going out and working with some of these talent from right across Jamaica, we will not only be seeing McGrath having success, but other schools will now start having success. And that will just argue well for football generally. And I'm really pushing that mantra. So thank you very much again. Let me hope that next time around, you know, probably a trophy will be beside me. So, you know, we can all celebrate together. You know, really feel special because we would have been doing a whole lot behind the scenes. Sadi, you know the amount of work that we would have been putting in. And Kelly, no matter here, Kelly attack and go on, he knows as well, you know, what is going on behind the scenes because he's underground as well. So again, gentlemen and lady, thank you very much. And I'm hoping that next year we can turn up and repeat this kind of performance, that will probably get us the trophy or get us to semi-finals or finals, or even the final year. For me, once the boys are able to look in my eyes and say, Coach, we gave of our best, I'm good. So thanks much and big up everybody.
Oh, man, blessings.
Big up yourself, coach.
Big up yourself, coach. Big up yourself.
Yeah, my respect.
So yes, people, thanks again. And this is where we say goodbye until then. Ranking. When again, sir?
We have the year.
Not yet.
Boxing.
We have the year.
Yeah. So
Boxing
Boxing Day, people.
Yeah.
Boxing Day.
Are we have the year?
Just listen, Shuku. Just listen. No, Shuku. So
Okay.
we'll do that Boxing Day or Boxing Night, and I'm sure. Make sure you come with. I know that there's a squad already out there for all the Dacosta Cup, but I'm expecting everybody to come with their all money come for us to zoom in to see where the difference are and to see which is the stronger team. So we see you at Boxing Day, and then you can